A good Erev Shabbos, everyone. Welcome back to Turn Friday into Erev Shabbos. Tremendous gratitude to our series sponsors for the year, dear friends, Mendy and Tzipora Fishman. The Schutz V'chai Ruch Tzipora Friedel, memory of Rabbi Jonathan Sachs, Rabbi Yaakov Tzibben David Aryeh. Our Turn Friday into Erev Shabbos is also dedicated for a speedy payment for Shlema, Carmel Shai Ben Reza, and Esther Tila Bas Ariel Tzipora, among all Cholei Yisrael. Here comes that siren. It's time to turn Friday into Erev Shabbos. Welcome back yet again. At our favorite time of the week, it's not Friday. It is Erev Shabbos. The calendar may say Friday, but in our minds, in our hearts, in our souls, when we wake up, it is not Friday. It is Erev Shabbos. We can feel it. We can smell it. We can taste it. We can see it with our very eyes, in the way that our home looks, in our attitude, in our approach, in our schedule. Every part of Friday is counting down and getting ready, working backwards. We want to be greeting Shabbos, not have Shabbos waiting to greet us. We're waiting for her. She's not waiting for us. How do we have to work backwards? To turn Friday into Erev Shabbos means to know this is what time Shabbos is. Here's when I want to be ready. If that's when I want to be ready, here's when I need to do X. If I want to do X, here's when I need to stop doing work, or here's when I need to be home, or here's when I need to be planning, but working backwards to organize and to be able to gain it all. We're going to start a new parak, a new chapter in Ravitcha Meyer Morgenstern, Rav Yitzchak Meyer Morgenstern's wonderful work, Biyam Derachecha, his pamphlet, which is a precursor to the book coming out on Shabbos. As Kedusha Shabbos. Here's the key. Shabbos is supposed to be rejuvenating. It re-energizes. Shabbos is the payoff. It's the Makor Bracha, the source of all blessing. There's a light. And we want the light to illuminate. We want the light to brighten. We want the light to be able to elevate us. Not just on Shabbos, but b'meshach kol yemos hashavua. All the days of the week, dvar yom biyomo, that our week and our lives revolve around Shabbos. Shabbos is not a fake version of ourselves. It's not that the real version of ourselves is interacting with muktzah and doing malacha and on the phone and driving in the car and on the computer. And Shabbos is a fake version of ourselves, some ambitious, idealistic, aspirational version of ourselves. For 25 hours, we pretend to be something we're not because we need to disconnect, because the Torah tells us Shabbos is the real you. Shabbos is the real us. The real us is able to be lost in our own thoughts. The real us is able to spend time with Hashem, with the people around us, with ourselves. The real us is not in a rush. The real us is not going through a to-do list. The real us is not serving our taskmaster of technology or whatever else in our lives. The real us is the us we experience on Shabbos, the Shabbos table, the Shabbos conversation, the Shabbos daven, the Shabbos miros, Shabbos nap, the Shabbos reading. That is the real us. And Nebuch, we go back to work the rest of the week to be able to earn the next Shabbos. So that's the light. When we in fact can extract from a Shabbos, each Shabbos connected to its parsha, its theme, its lessons, each Shabbos based on the guests that we had or where we were a guest, each Shabbos the drasha that touched us, that impacted us, that stimulated us to think, each Shabbos the parsha we read, each Shabbos the stories we told, each Shabbos the zmiros we sang, each Shabbos the games that we played, they're supposed to change us and transform us, not for Shabbos, but carrying us into the entire rest of the week. Dvar yom biyomo, that light should shine and it should illuminate. Our rabbis already said that the person who makes an effort, who works on Erev Shabbos, eats on Shabbos. We all know this empirically. We know this physically. We know that if you didn't shop and you didn't cook, if you didn't set the table, if you didn't shower, you didn't change, you have nothing to eat, then you're dirty. That in order to be able to enjoy and benefit from Shabbos, then you have to prepare before Shabbos. Ein kedusha b'li achana. There is no holiness, there is no sanctity without work, without effort. V'zeh yisod gadol she'arizal madgish. And this is a key lesson that the Arizal, Rav Isaac Luria, Rav Yitzchak Luria, the great Kabbalist, the great mystic, the Arizal, he would bang home the whole week you're still talking about. Did you hear what I heard at Shalshudas? Did you feel the Zmiros? Did you hear the Kedusha at Musaf? Did you connect with that Yid at the Kiddush? The whole next week we're still drawing from, we're still living in. We're still on a high from Shabbos. We are trying to embrace and grab on and hold on to what we got out of the previous Shabbos. This is what our effort is for. This is what we're working to. This is the way we are connecting. When we live, when we're animated, when we're dynamic, because of the light of Shabbos, and it carries us into the whole week. So Sunday's not, oh, thank God it's Sunday. I get to recover from Shabbos. Sunday, I'm still riding the high. Sunday, I'm still riding the wave of Shabbos. And Monday, I go back to work. re-energized, recharged, re-inspired by Shabbos. We have to know that all of the outpouring and all of the flow of blessing in our lives comes from Shabbos. How we spend Shabbos, what we talk about on Shabbos, what we experience, allow ourselves to experience on Shabbos. And this light can be found and felt all the days of the week. And we're going to go through that because the Arizal provided that. What's the theme of Sunday and Monday and Tuesday? What inflection point, what transition happens on Wednesday? I was away with my family and we were somewhere in a shul last week, Yeshiva week. And it was a Wednesday evening. We came out of Minch Mar. My whole family was there with us. And my wife heard me say to somebody, have a good Shabbos. So afterwards she said to me, it's only Wednesday. What's the earliest point? Why are you starting to wish someone a good Shabbos already on Wednesday? So I said, what do you mean? We said L'chun Arana this morning in the Yom. Wednesday is already the Erev Shabbos. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, you're still coming off of the previous Shabbos. That's why you can make Havdalah until Tuesday if you fail to make it earlier. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday is already Erev, the next Shabbos. That's why we say L'chun Arana at the end of the Shir Shal Yom on Wednesday mornings. So starting Wednesday, you could say, have a good Shabbos. Until Wednesday, you say, how was your Shabbos? We feel that light. So we take Shabbos into the week. You know, when you run away from a vacation, when you run away from a simcha, then you show that you didn't really enjoy it, you didn't really appreciate it, you didn't really want to be there. But when you make an album, when you keep looking over your pictures, when you keep talking about and reflecting on what it was like, when you take the light and that experience, the energy of it into wherever you go next, then you really appreciate it, you really enjoyed it, you really wanted to be there. Kasher Yehudi Megala is that when a Jew reveals this, we sanctify the weekday with the holiness and the sanctity of Shabbos. When you announce that all the essence, everything is really the light of Hashem, instead of the week being profane and secular and mundane, the week is elevated and transformed. We're getting ready, we're preparing, we're still living and inspired, we're implementing and we're executing on what we learned and experienced the previous week. We can transform our entire week, we can transform our entire lives from Shabbos. This is the light of the Shabbos that was. That it enters into the week that will be and that which is hidden. So instead of, we just repeat the same Shabbos over and over and over again. That Shabbos at 50 is the way it was when I was 40, is the way at 30 is the way it was when I was 20, is the way when I was 5 years old. It's the same boring Shabbos, the same tunes and zmiros, the same looking at the clock, is it over yet? Or is it not the same Shabbos over and over again? Does one Shabbos build on the previous one? Am I growing? Am I building? Am I expanding? Is Shabbos just like building blocks, one on top of the other? When on Sunday, Shabbos is not the rearview mirror. Shabbos is not behind you. Sunday, you haven't made Havdalah as a mechitza shel barzel. It's not a barrier, a wall. You haven't broken off from Shabbos. But Sunday, you talk about Shabbos. What did you think of the meals? What did you think of the davening? What did you connect with? Did you read? What did you read? Are you well rested? Take Shabbos with you into the week. Take Shabbos with you into the week. And then Shabbos is now informing the next week. And now the next Shabbos is built upon the previous Shabbos. And so you're not leaving it behind, but you're growing. It's a whole other orientation. It's a whole other attitude. It's a whole other way of living. It's incredible when you're doing it. When you taste it, you can't deny it. We'll pick up with this, please God, again next Erev Shabbos. Turn your Friday into Erev Shabbos. It's only a few minutes late. Get ready. Be ready. Let Shabbos find you waiting, and take on a ritual which reflects your excitement. What are you reading? What are you learning? Where are you going to be ready for Shabbos, to turn Friday into Erev Shabbos? Have a happy, a holy, and a healthy Shabbos, Chevra. Ay, 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 Shabbos. We live for Shabbos. Shabbos Yimilizuk, Rafua Krovalava, let Shabbos come. Let Shabbos bring healing. Rak Shivto Yirape Yirape. Let Shabbos come, and let it bring a healing for all of us. Have a holy